Hey, what's going on, guys? Gulliver here. Today, I kind of wake up a little bit sooner than I thought I would, because I got to do some things from school and pass more time than I realized. And when I woke up, the wars have ended already, and the other ones have already begun. We won that, as you can see on the inventory. We gained the extra thingy, and the notification of War One, I think that disappeared. 1 hour, 2 hours, yeah, disappeared. But in the end, just showcasing. Like I have tried once with an alternative team with this uh, base, but I failed. So I wanted to appeal, and the match didn't last longer than, 1 minute. And I'm just in love with these, how the way it's functioning. I never saw this like gimmicky on in the game before. I'm not sure if there is someone who have tried like war solos, but that's definitely something I'm going to try. I was like going just for the fun of it. I was like almost sure that I was going to call like a pipes or junk heap or nemesis or soundwave, something like that, to help me up. But in the end, it wasn't even necessary. Sometimes I get like pissed off because Vert Breaker dies and stun stuff actually function on me. I don't want to be stunned. I want to have the feeling of I'm unstoppable, and this is what gives me this feeling. So yeah, kill the last minion here and everything destroyed. And first or second base destroyed with one bot. That's really nice. I just ended making some researches here. I knew some bots that I'm going to upgrade. Breakneck, obviously, as well as, where's the other A? GNU. They are the ones that I'm very, very like. I think they have a lot of utility. Breakneck, because you not even need the SA, to be honest. 11, but just because you have such a high amount of damage, I take off these to go with the XP core. Just because of the huge amount of damage it applies, I think it's already worth it. As well, I am playing a little bit with the event. I'm not rushing anything. I'm just having some fun. Play, leave an hour's five, 6 matches. Leave the phone there. Rest for an hour, then get back to the phone where the cooldowns are reset. One thing that I would like to do someday, which I'm going to start today actually, is like combo setups and equipment and cores and stuff in general for the classes individually. Like good setups for warriors, good setup for triple changer specials. Healers and gunners are a thing that there's no big secret. Like for aerials, maybe. One of the things that I would like to say is that I like a lot these two triple changers in the game, Octone and Astra Train. I think that this is interesting what they have done with Octone by splitting the two cores into two stuff. one focusing on the acid and one focusing on the toxic name, and the other one focusing on the healing apply, the supply drop. So I think about how I maximize these amount of stuff. Uh, so I used Ravage, SG Ravage on it, just because the blocking damage is good, and like is something similar to the interaction of Headstrong with Double Crosser. Because as this, when you have Micronus, you have a similar interaction, which allows you to have the same way that Double Crosser protects stuff. SG Ravage also does, and the healing is from the essays. Actively, not passively, like for the G1 core. So I end up liking the setup a lot. For the supply one, but I'm not sure about the toxic one, the acid one, because I feel it's good with the Ravage, with the supply one, but I honestly believe that Fireline Top Shot is a decent option to maximize the damage through the fire, through the acid fire combo. You can also play stuff like Fracas Nightstick themselves. You can also place Bomb Shock to like stay back a little bit and getting the fire shots from distance. But I'm not sure which is the best option, to be honest. I just don't know. To be real, I'm not sure which is the best thing. But like, I use the most the healing core, so I just leave it there. If the SG Ravage is on, just to stay there. I think it's better. And the Astro Train is good because they have the same. The both advantages, the offensive attack and the healing attack, on the same core. So it's good because you don't have to split your strategy into separate stuff. So I think that's nice. And like, because the healing is really really massive, it's basically 3k healing on 5 seconds. I think you don't have to overcharge it with anything. Like, you don't have to make it overwhelming. It is overwhelming as it is. As a healing factor, I rather Astro Train than Octone, because you can waste 2 abilities of Octone, but it heals for 10 seconds. And sometimes you need the most amount of healing in the less amount of seconds possible, in some crucial moments. So I end up liking more Octone in the beginning, but after I started to play more the game, I started to liking more the Astro Train one. And because you have electric damage and damage reduction, I think Caliburst is actually a decent idea. Normally my team has acid fire stuff, EMP somewhere here and there, so it will have the extra bonus. But just to have a way to capitalize on the SA after you're stunned and bug the things out, you're going to be able to apply more damage on them. Blitzwing is decent as well, but it's not my type. I'm not sure. He has a weird interaction with Terramander, which allows him to have extra damage through the SA of Terramander. I normally use them together just because this gimmicky thing, but To be honest, Blitzwing's solid by itself, like alone. He doesn't need Charmander, and because like the cost is like too low, it's 2+1 and 3+1, so it's better than a 6+3. Because like, to be fair, there's no way you're going to pick this 6+3 instead of this 6+3. There's basically no comparison. Half Shell is like Terramander with damage that functions. Like, I basically assume that Terramander is the prototype for Half Shell. To be honest, there's no way you can compare both of these bots. They're absolutely there's an absolutely immense difference between them. The design, and the design is the same, but like on practice, one does what needs to do and the other what doesn't. So I had before, I had Caliburst on Double Dealer because obviously Acid Fire, but I had a team of Acid Fire like with Inferno, Acid Storm, Scavenger, Pipes, everything around Acid Fire was in the team, but it was like just a Super Glass Cannon fun team. Like, I think it's safe yet. Like these, he was in the middle of these. I think it was instead of Drillhorn. Yeah, it was a sub for Drillhorn, and it was in the middle of these. Double Leader was in the middle of these. But like, you understand that this is like a fancy thing. I think that had Leozak here at some point, but Leozak, same with the USA 11. It's not for me. I saw a lot of discussions like, oh, but there's such amount of healing, you can play so much extra healing stuff on that. But like, it doesn't do damage. So you wouldn't be needing healing if you just kill the things it attacks. So you didn't need to be healing anything. So like, I understand that there is this interesting discussion on Leozak right now, at least. But like, it's not my thing, and I think that there are better acid bots for you to use. So basically, what I mean with these is that these two first ones are the best ones. To be honest, I would basically ignore the other two. To be fair, it's 2 or 3. Octone, Astro Train, Blitzwing, Snapdragon, Double Dealer. Yeah, the other 3. Blitzwing's kind of decent if you want like a mini combo guy on itself that functions well, but like it's not amazing, I guess. Go there. It has a really decent G1 core, having a fraction of a Alchemist Prime, 10%. Let's see when it is maxed out if it overcrosses Fracas. Alchemist is exactly Alchemist Prime with a Plasma Sword, with one of the essays. Yeah, it's really decent. But it's like, it's not my thing. It's just occasionally I play with him. Ape Face, not my thing. I don't know. I don't match with him too much. Like, if I don't know how to use it really properly. Like, the drones don't heal decent in decent amount. They're just weird. I don't know. I just don't like the way it functions. So yeah, focus on this too, because basically you have in the game Astra Train, Octone, and if I remember correctly, also Crankcase, which are bots that do damage that also heal. So like that's what you can focus yourself on. Basically, that's pretty much it. And to the gunners as well. I think that people often ask about gunner stuff. So to be fair, if you have Fracas 5, Fracas 5 is splashable to any gunner that you want. Right? Right. But since you don't have, if you have a team of of 3 to 4 gunners, like I understand that the gunners are like, I think that with warriors they're like on par the first and second, the second best class in the game, best type of bots in the game. So like we have a lot of decent stuff. They have a specific damage booster in the form of Voltar Mixture. Obviously, I think that everyone that plays this game for like a week knows that. But what's the good part is that there's a lot of gunners that have their specific G1 course. So Brown has one. I don't have it. Breakdown has one. There it is. Drag Trip has one. Kickback doesn't. I actually wanted to place the attack squad core to boost the other gunner's DPS damage while he has extra health. Knockout has a very, very decent one. Longlaw, I guess at Long Haul, I always call it Longlaw. I think it has one as well, I'm not sure. A Mixed Master as well, here it is. The only ones, the impactful ones that don't have are Octopunch, Sea Phantom, and Spinister. Outside of that, Skull Smasher has a very good one. And all of these that have a specific ones with G1 and the name of the bot, they give more damage at full than if you have a Voltar Mixer at full. I think that's the best part. Sway Don't Lie also have it. And the other one that doesn't have is Trigger Happy. Even Vortex has one. I'm missing only from Long Haul and Brow, I guess. The only two that are missing. Wheeled Rider has one. But it increases only DPS. Where is it? It increases only DPS. And it says increases damage is not DPS and SA damage is just DPS. You can test it. You can test it up. I did it to understand the mechanics and stuff. The bouncing bullets, I'm not sure if they are working already, but like I want to guarantee one shot out to the build bots, so this is absolutely fundamental to me because you have on point exactly 3647, but like with the, I think that with the damage multipliers it's able to overcross the 4560 damage of the health of the build bots. So to demonstrate that, so sometimes, to be honest, I have to admit that I have no idea where the damage comes from this game, because sometimes this game is kind of inconsistent. So it's not depending of these; it's just depending only of Voltar Mixture and Wheeled Rider.
Die, 'Die, 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 'Die,
So same, it doesn't have. It says it's 3647. Allow me to pop that. Can I? Can I? Why can't I? Oh, it's popping the thing here. Yeah, thank you. So you see, it's bigger than that. It's almost 7k. And the second shots even have more damage because of the SA. So like, I'm not sure if the Titan Tech tree is not counting on the tooltip of the bot. I don't know if the Voltire Mixture damage boost is not counting on the tooltip of the bot. I don't know from where this damage came from, but I know it's there. So basically, and you're not depending of Gator phase, critical stuff. It's just the natural DPS of the thing. It's just the natural SA damage of the thing. I know people use Gator phase on Breakneck most of the time, but Wild Rider is my gunner, you know. So I live on him. So like, if you don't have all the G1 cores for these specific bots, Voltire Mixer is likely going to do the job just as fine. It's just like 1.5 or 2.5 extra damage that like can win one battle or two, but it's not going to be like consistently the difference between you winning or not a match. Like it can give you an extra 2 wins per day, like if you play like all day possible, all the time. But like if you play well, you won't need this extra gap, you know. And there's two approaches on it. On Breakneck, as I understand, if you want to abuse the SA and like, I don't want to interact with combiners, or you want to two-shot them, two-shot the build bots, two-shot the outpost bots, and just ignore them with him on the team, and I want always a healer close to him to keep him alive, go for Voltire Mixture. If you want to abuse his SA, go for Voltire Mixture. No doubt, no question about it. But if you want to abuse his DPS, which is something that's viable, go for his G1 core, which increases also his damage against combiners and outpost bots. It gives you a protection when you activate the SA, which is really good. Always have some kind of damage absorption somehow. It's like interesting. And if you use his G1 core, you can also use Glitch or Gator Face on it to make him the DPS to be the most impactful as possible. So you don't depend on the SA, but it's like a more mid-term. You don't abuse the SA, but you abuse a lot of DPS. So that's what you get from these. I just abuse more the DPS. I just abuse more the SA when I play him. He just left the research lab. I use a one of the, what's the name, XP cards on him, and I play 1 or 2 matches with him just to increase and boost it up. I'm going to play as soon as he drop with the XP core to boost him up as fast as possible. So this is for Breakneck. Bro, if I remember, it's just like a damage bonus, and I don't know if it has something else, but if you have an X amount of damage or X plus Y amount of damage, X plus Y is better than just X, so go there. Breakdown. I think that the invisibility aspect is kind of good. He has something similar to that lizard wizard guy that starts with Ripper Snapper, which makes it invisible from time to time. I actually like this. It's not amazing, but like it's there. I think that, to be honest, the combats here are not going to like make a lot of difference, but like you can place Scythe if we want a DPS boost, or a passive boost, a passive skill with a high damage boost. Aimless is good. Fracas, Gator Face. It's not going to change a lot from bot to bot. Drag Trip, same thing. Knockout, I just use Overkill because it has fire and heals itself. Nothing special. Long Lost, same thing. Mix Master, same thing. This schema is weird. It's too yellow. It's like, you're yellow! And weird pinky. But, whatever. Then we have Octopunch. This is a good one. As I said, I use Cosmic Ruby Blaster to boost the SA damage, and the SA damage is amazing. It's the best cleaner in the game, likely. Sometimes you like have a blot reflecting a lot of damage. You make like a you have halfway through the map, your Armada Max Laser Optimus has dealing a lot of damage, but he wasn't able to destroy everything it needed. You just use Octopunch and he clears everything up. It's really good. This is one of the bots that I think that can be kind of broken if they have a huge, and I mean huge G1 core. Like, he's not able to be much OP. Like, in theory he can, because there's basically a build bot that's anti-Octopunch, which is the Lightning Rod. But to be honest, I think it's a bot that's always going to be there. It's always going to be impactful. It's always going to be one of the big things in the game, likely, because Octopunch is really good. A huge amount of damage for a huge area. If you have the SA11, you have the stun factor, which is like a bonus. Yeah, it's always going to be a thing, guys. So like, kind of deal with that. To be honest, to be real. Sea Phantom is one of the combiner pieces. People are messaging me a lot because I have the 5-star shards. Go rush for the 5-star Neptune. I don't want that. Thank you. Account's mine. Do what I want. Blah blah blah. Thanks. Return to the video. Voltaren Extra as well. Nothing special. Bomb Shock. Just because it's fire damage and the acid the acid thrower has a lot of range, so I feel that the Bomb Shock matches the range of the acid thrower really well, so it kind of comes back together. And like with this thing that I have with acid fire, everything has acid and fire some way, somehow, so it's really good. Spinister. I think I have a decent idea with Spinister back in the day. I used in a while Blowpipe with Spinister. And the idea was, sometimes you activate Spinister like right away when you drop the team. But sometimes you get stuck in the beginning of the map because there's a lot of walls and like the team like path through it, and he starts
to try to get over the walls and not pass through it. So he's going to help on these. But I think I have developed better ways to drop Spinster. Just don't drop Spinster in the middle of the map, always in the sides. And I think that through gameplay, I have resolved this problem a little bit better. That through placing a combat to deal with a problem that I simply can avoid by placing the bots in better places. So I think that's a good insight of mine. But I feel that wasn't necessary anymore, so I just placed Aimless. I really like Aimless. 5 stars on Dirge, the aerial hacker. I think he's very good on that. You always want Crate Maker, Fireline, and Aimless free for the aerial guys to change the EI of them. So I think it's really good there. So Aimless is really good because it has the bouncing effect as well. So it's really good. So for the final ones, Swiddle, same thing. The fire spread stuff. People say it's good against clusters. I don't use too much. Trigger Happy as well. They're kind of similar. Vortex. I placed in a little bit of time with the Acid Fire team because the G1 core has fire damage in, which I was surprised. Oh, this has fire damage somehow? What? When I realized that, I was oh, I have to mess around with these. But the range of these is so minuscule, so little, so pathetic that and everything on my team has a huge amount of that range. The rush bots have good range. The acid thrower of Cfan has good range. Even Knockout and Leozak, and they are not the best ones in range, but in comparison to Vortex, they're amazing. They're this bot's so unviable in so many ways that I think that you can't simply spam it. It's not efficient, doesn't have enough damage, doesn't have enough DPS to justify it on your team. It's just a bot there to I think it's one of the bots that will need some rework. And people say oh, it must be a 3+0. No, to me it can be a 3+3 even if you want, but make it worth it as a 3+3 and make have good range and good damage. I'm absolutely with no problem on that, but the way it is irrelevant. To be honest, this is one of the worst bots in the game, I guess. It has a interesting G1, but his effects almost never goes through. So it's a unrealistic bot in general. Unhappily, I think it has potential. Wild Rider, just explain, favorite bot, one of my favorite bots. Roll-time mixture, no doubt. I think that's it for the first video on the best class setups, stuffs, combos, suggestions, and everything. Thanks a lot for the support, guys. Galaver out.